Hi guys, it's Cindy with Pups and Crochet, and I wanted to pop on and do a little video to kind of catch you up, and I have nothing to show. Nothing. I started one blanket, and then since I was using the same colors, I switched to another blanket. Then I got halfway through both of them, realized I don't have that color. And I'm like, oh man, I have to go get it. So I had to run and get another one to match those because I got two blankets started halfway and didn't have the color. And I tried to match it with the different red, didn't work. So I had to go get that one. I have been very good. I did not go to Hobby Lobby because I'm like, I don't need it. I still have some from last year that I'm working through. So I'm very proud of myself. I held it. But I did stop at Joann's. And they were having the big twist sale. You got 20% off it. So basically I just put it back down to $2.50 a roll. Like it normally is. But they had it at $2.99 and then they take 20% off. So it basically puts it back to $2.50 like it normally is. But I did it because I need it for another project that I'm doing that I can't wait to show you. I'm working as fast as I can on it, but you know, hands sometimes don't want to go as fast as my mind goes. I can't help that. But I did take some notes of things I wanted to talk to you about. First of all, thank you, Tiffany, about the stuff for the slugs. I couldn't remember her whole name. I finally looked it up and I seen her and I'm like, that's her. I have been popping on different channels. So I'm making my rounds. If I have not gotten to your channel, I will. I'm trying to give everybody some watch hours, catch up on things that are going on because for a while there, I just kind of zoned off. So I'm working on that. Shark Week is going to start in July. I can't wait for that. Love Shark Week. Can't stand sharks, but I love Shark Week. And then I was watching Miguel for Who Knows. That's his channel. I'll make sure I list these in the description box so you can check them out. And he was showing his Happy Mail and he was telling this beautiful story. I don't want to tell you about it because you need to go watch it, but it was a very sweet story. And so I enjoyed that, and I watched a couple of those, and then I been popping on some different ones. I went over and I checked on Crafty Kitty, whose mother-in-law is not feeling so well. So sending her hugs and prayers and puppy kisses for that. And then I wanted to say for New York, I have just seen what's going on with you guys. I don't know if you've gotten invaded yet, but it says it's going to hit the East Coast, but New York is like the pinpoint of it, that they are going to get these giant spiders. After I post this video, I'm going to put a picture of the female. She's yellow and gray, and they have 4-inch long legs. They are venomous, but to only things that they're going to eat. Not to pets or people, but oh, still just the thought of that. Try squishing one of them, that's going to make a big mess. Big. They are giant. So for that, I'm sorry. Because I don't want them spiders. I can't stand insects. Don't like them at all. But when you see this picture of these spiders, they are gigantic. And me and Robert were just talking about how it seems this year things are changing. Okay, there are a ton of ants. There are, I mean, there was so many ants. I can't remember if I told you, but it looked like a piece of bark from the tree, and this was this big, but it was billions of ants. Millions, maybe. I don't know. Maybe billions. I don't know. I didn't stay long enough around to try and count them. Don't really care. Stay away from me. And the flies are getting more daring, and the slugs are getting bigger, and now we're going to have gigantic spiders coming along. And who knows? Somebody could go to New York and bring one back to them, and they're going to go in every state. I don't know. But it's crazy. These bugs are getting huge. And the June bugs have gotten twice the size they were last year. They are like as big as your thumbnail now. Huge. So when you crunch them, they step on them, they go crunch. And then I just leave them, and then the ants eat them. And Robert's like, why do you squish them when they're on the ground? Because that's one less that's going to fly up in my face. No. And they're just all getting so big. Huge. So I made notes to make sure I talked about this stuff. So, and these, okay, and to top it off, these spiders don't just crawl. They parachute. They're parachuting spiders. Some of them call them flying spiders, but they're parachuting. They're shooting their silk up to wherever, and then they just fly down wherever they want on this silk. So they are parachuting spiders with 4-inch long legs, and the females are yellow and gray. I will make sure to show you the picture because you will not believe it if you have not seen them. And it's crazy. But I did want to show you one thing. I did. Like, I got this AARP magazine. Guess who's on it? John Bon Jovi. And he's sexier now than he was in the 80s. Because, like, right now on this picture, he's got gray hair. But and I've been to enough concerts. When he goes to concerts, he dyes his hair back blonde. But what can you say? He's gotten greater with age. And this says it's 130 million records later, and beloved rock star is still finding his voice. So I haven't read it yet, but love Bon Jovi. And when he does his show, I mean, you can just feel the walls quaking with everybody singing with him, especially Living on a Prayer. That place just erupts every time. Every time. Then I wanted to tell you about Peanut. Okay, Peanut is 13 years old now. And he has a friend named Toby, who's about the same age as him. And he has little shaky legs, some nerve damage. And then him and Peanut get along really well. Well, we were walking, and he was looking to see if Toby's out or if Chester's out. Chester's a little younger, but they get along really good, which is rare because Peanut usually gets along with female dogs, not male dogs. But there was nobody out. So we started walking. We got maybe 10 feet from our porch. Get to the little intersection of where we go around the circle. And he can't be in the heat that long because then they don't want to set off his heart murmur even further when he starts panting. So we're walking. We get about maybe 10 feet from the house, and he sits down in the grass, lays down, and goes to sleep. I'm like, okay. So does this mean we're not going potty, or are we just taking a rest? I mean, he was out. Okay, I've never seen him do this before, but when him and Toby are walking together, They'll both just sit down, lay in the grass, look at each other like two old grandpas sitting on a bench that's feeding the pigeons, you know? And I couldn't help it. I started laughing so hard. So if anybody was looking outside and saw me laughing my ass off, they must have thought I was crazy. But he's just laying there. He wouldn't get up. I had to literally pick him up and carry him home. I'm like, okay, we'll try this again in a little while because obviously you must be really tired. I thought that was quite funny. I'm like, okay, let's carry you home. And Petrie and Shadow are looking around and they're just like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, I don't know. And let's see, then I get a call from, I get a text from Sadie, and there's a little video. She's trying to get Savannah asleep. And then she's rocking her, and all of a sudden you hear jingle bells. All the way. And she's in the dark, but from the, the light from the door outside, you could just see Callahan's silhouette, and he decided he wanted to sing Savannah Jingle Bells. So she goes, I'm trying to get Savannah asleep, but we got visited by a caroler. And it's so funny. I'm just like, okay. And then I asked her, later I said, what made him do this? She goes, I don't know. He just decided he's going to break out in caroling for Christmas. I'm like, well, I guess he's getting ready for Christmas in July. I don't know. Got myself choked up there. So that was quite funny. And I'm still going to be checking out some garage sales this weekend, because I went this weekend, but I had to pick him up, and he had gotten off so early they weren't open yet. And by the time we got home, we're just like, I don't want to go back out. No. But I do love to look. I love to look and see. Let's see. And happy birthday to Cindy from Lulu's Treasures. I am sorry that I didn't jump on there and tell you earlier, but I am so sorry I got behind. So happy birthday, Cindy. And I will post her in the description box so you can check her out because she is awesome too. I'm still looking for Bree from Bree's Little Yarn Corner. I have texted her, emailed her, wrote on her videos. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she just decided she didn't want to do anymore or what, but nobody will answer. So if you've heard anything, please let me know, because I can't seem to get a hold of her, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And then I got an email, and I did not write the name down. Oh my goodness. I'll have to tell you on my next video, because for some reason, I did not write it down. Why did I not write it down? I don't know. But she sent me some of her projects that she did, and they are gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I am going to make sure the next video I will get her name, or I'll look it up and I will post it in the description box of this video. I'm sorry I forgot to write it down, but they are beautiful. I really, really love them. They are gorgeous. So I will look up the name. I will definitely put it in there. And my memory is so bad. That's why I have to write everything down. Okay, now, last bit of business I wanted to talk to you about was, do you know what Amnesty Day is? I don't know if other states have it, if it's just here in Illinois. I don't know. So I was wondering if anybody has Amnesty Day. But I will tell you all about it. Now, Amnesty Day is the one day a year that you can put out anything in your house. Couches, chairs, dressers, it doesn't matter what it is. You can put it outside for free. The only thing they ask you to do is put one sticker on one can to pay for it. Your one sticker, instead of putting a sticker on everything you're throwing away. That is the one day, and everybody holds their stuff for that one day because they can put it all out for free. So there are double the garbage trucks, double the workers, because they are lifting this stuff to put it all in these trucks. So people put it out like 2 days early. So scrappers come, they get all the metal and stuff. And I used to do that with Mom. We had a lot of fun doing that. We didn't need to do it. We just did it for fun. It gave her something to do. She loved it. We'd go to the yard and somebody would come and teach us something else we didn't know. And we're like, cool. But Amnesty Day, when it happens, we used to have a list when the kids were younger. They loved it. Because I had my Sadie, my Corey, then I had my Kristen and Eric, who were my niece and nephew that stayed with me. So Amnesty Day was the day for us. We loved it. And we would have it tracked down, follow the garbage days. This part of the town gets that, this one gets that, this one gets that, this one gets that, all their garbage days. And we would just travel every night, and they would put the stuff out early. So I was doing Amnesty Day with Eric, Eric and Kristen were with me, and Sadie and Corey stayed home with Mom. And Kristen looks over the seat. She was only like 7 years old. She goes, Cindy, the pickers are coming. The pickers are coming. Trying to tell us more cars are coming up. And we would get the coolest stuff. Oh my God. People would just put out stuff like crazy. And Eric had asked me, why are you collecting the books? And I'm like, because nobody ever takes books. And the books are in perfect condition. Some of them still had the wrappers on them. And I said, and instead of them going into the heap pile, I take them. Then I take them to the used bookstore. They give me certificates for credits. The kids can get all the books that they want. Sadie, Corey can go pick books they want from the kids section, or they can use it and buy a movie or whatever they want to do. And he's like, that's an awesome idea. We got to get more books. And then the other thing is, back home, the place where we sold it to, if it wasn't something they were going to take, they would donate it to local charities, local houses, or hospitals, and things like that, cancer centers. So they did deliveries of all the books they did not take in their store, which was awesome because it helped other people too. And instead of them ending up in the junk pile in the garbage bins, they went to good use. And then the kids had their gift certificates and would go shopping for what they wanted. And so we love doing that. Well, last year, because, one second. Last year, it started, and I believe it was the end of June into July, which they might push it this year to later in July because of the fact of the cicadas, that they are infested with them out in Downers Grove. They are everywhere. Downers Grove, Clarendon Hills, Westmont, everywhere over there is just infested. We haven't got any. I don't know if it's because, we still get one or two that come out yearly, but And we might not have got it only because of this used to be the Air Force Base, and the ground is kind of poisoned from where the old-fashioned fire department was on here, and instead of using water because they had no pumps at that time, they used this foam. Well, with all the rain and everything, it went through the ground and poisoned the dirt. That's why we planted our stuff in raised garden beds with fresh dirt and stuff. So maybe that's why they didn't come. But anyway, so last year we're going to visit Robert's mom and dad. And we go over there. Well, on the way there, I seen this whole, I mean, like, she took up almost her whole front of her house into like 2 more houses full of stuff she was getting rid of. I got this dollhouse that they made with all the furniture, all the stuff in there, everything in mint condition that she didn't want to have anymore. So she said, take it, please. Then they had a wooden rocking horse that just needed, new fur on the top of it because it was in storage for so long. And I got that for Olivia and Gemma. So when they get a little older, they're going to bring the dollhouse out because some of it is, porcelain tubs and stuff. But I mean, it is the most beautiful stuff. Well, then Vicky met me right before we got to Robert's house. She met me, put the stuff in her car. She took it back to put in storage. And then we had gone over to Robert's parents' house. And we walked in and I told his mom, I said, it's Amnesty Day. And she goes, cool. So why Robert and his dad were outside talking, because his dad was outside and they were out talking, me and his mom jumped in the car and we took off and went back over there. I said, she keeps bringing stuff out. You got to check this out. His mom found some stuff, and then we went down a couple different streets. I said, I used to have all this memorized. I said, but we're just going to have to drive now because I haven't done it in so long. And we go over and she found all these little cars the kids sit in and ride, push cars, pumper, the pedal cars and all that stuff. And she found the stuff. We shoved it in the car along with the stuff she wanted. And she put all that in the garage for when the grandbabies from Robert's nieces and nephews, well, Robert's nephews, they only have 4 boys, but come over. They just go in the garage and grab a car and go. And they have stuff to play with right there. And we came back and him and his dad looked at us and we're just like, we need help. We went shopping. Amnesty Day. So also too, I want to say that this weekend on Saturday makes his mom and dad's 50th wedding anniversary. They've been married for 50 years. So we kind of planned a little thing for them. And I hope they have a great time. So hopefully it goes nice and they like it. But the weird thing is like when they tell me stories about when they met, her mother and dad lived on this side. His family lived on this side. He had 10 or 12 brothers and sisters. She had 6. So, her husband wanted to get out of the house, so he was friends with one of her brothers, and they'd stay together. Well, he was actually at their house when his mom was brought home from the hospital after his grandma had her. So he actually held her, and he's, a few years older than her. So he actually held her when she first came home from the hospital. Then she went through her teenage years, and she threw his stereo, I guess it was in the 70s or something, and threw his stereo out of the window, and they would fight. And then when she got older, they started dating and got married, and The weird thing was his mom, her mom, was saying how she knew the dad longer than she's known her own daughter because he was at her house all the time. And then she came home after she had her. So, I mean, it's just such a beautiful thing. 50 years, and you hardly hear that anymore because, people just don't try. They got too many distractions. They've got too many work things, and then they come home, and instead of dropping it at the door and coming in, they bring it in and then take it out on the other ones because they couldn't take it out at work. And then, there's just too many wandering eyes, too, that ruin a family. But, back then they grew up and they still stay together, do thick and thin, all that stuff. No cheating, no nothing. So, congratulations. I know it's early. I know it's Saturday, but congratulations on your 50th wedding anniversary. I mean, it just seemed like yesterday that I was at their 30th anniversary party, and now it's 50. I'm like, wow, how did time fly? I didn't even know. It went so fast. But I know they're going to have a great time. I hope they take a lot of pictures and that they have a great time. That's all. And to everybody that needs it, I am sending you hugs and prayers and puppy kisses. I will let you go for now, but please remember, adopt, don't shop. We have way too many babies out there that need a home, and help all you can. All right, I love you guys, and to all our new members, welcome, and I hope you stay and become part of our Pups and Crochet family. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully I have some more projects done so I can show you. I'm still trying to figure out how to do a tutorial with my phone. But I'll find out. I'll figure it out. I want to do it because I've been asked to show the tutorial on the owl I made. And I might start with something smaller and then try to move something bigger into the owl, just because it's be my first time of really doing one. And we'll see how that works out. Okay, I love you guys, and I will catch you next time. Bye.